And I think your mindset is such, and I think anybody watching this sees your temperament. And that's the temperament that I've seen you in every different environment that I've seen you in, whether it's business, Zoom, in person, playing whirly ball, having a beer, whatever it is, you just have that same demeanor. Not necessarily demeanor, because you do get excited, you do laugh and all those things, and you're a fun guy to be around. But it's just such a pleasure to be around that type of a person, that type of atmosphere where you feel welcome. And you've said that. I would have never thought about, okay, putting chairs apart because of COVID. I'm just setting shit up and I'm trying to have an interview with some people and we want to get this over with and we want to find some. That seems to be the mindset of a lot of people out there and a lot of business owners. So I didn't want you to just go through that and surface through that without me making that point. So now you've prepared for it. You've got this group interview. How many people typically show up? I know it varies, but how many people show up? And then after you answer that, take us through it. Take us through the interview.
Yeah. Well, it varies a lot, and it could be anywhere between one. That's not too common. I would say the average number is 6 to 7. But we've had as many as 15, and we've moved the presentation to a more open area. But on average, I would say we've got 6 or 7. So that's a good number of people. Now, like I said before, but I want to reiterate, the important thing is as soon as they walk in that door, they're going to see extra people. They need to feel welcome, and they need to know that this is a group interview, but this is a presentation. You're not going to be required to answer any questions or answer anything that you're going to feel uncomfortable answering. This is your opportunity to get to learn about us so that you know if we would be a good fit for you. Before we do the other way around, you need to know if this is going to be a good fit for you. So feel welcome with all of your questions. We're going to have time to answer all the questions that you have at the very end. And I start on time. You want to make sure that you start all your interviews on time, because that sets a precedent for all of these people that will become your employees or your partners. And so you start on time. I have a presentation that's displayed up on a TV that we've got in there in the training room. And we cover company culture. We cover our core values. I think one of our first slides, though, is our story. And that's kind of important because your story matters. If someone's going to be partnering with you and spending 40 to 50 hours a week working for you, they want to know a little bit more about you, I think. And so the way I started out, if I'm doing the group interview, and I usually am, if I can be there, I'll usually do it. And if I can't, then we have our Leah, who's our general manager, and she could do it as well. But I start with our story, and I've got a couple pictures from when I was 15 years old when I started the company, and we were just doing small storefronts for some pocket change, and then I've got kind of the progression, and then I have where we are now. I talk a little bit about our team and the cool things we were able to do. A little bit about our goals for the future. I would really like to have a location in a warmer climate so that we can send people back and forth. And I talk a little bit about my vision for the future. From there, we go into talking about some of our core values. All of our core values. And we talk about why that's important to us, because this is what we use to select if people are going to be a good fit or not. And so I'm like, these core values, these are not just a corporate thing. I've sat down with my business partner, Dan, and we've gone over these multiple times. We know that in every single instance, when we've hired somebody that's been an A player here, they've exhibited all of these core values. And the people that are not a good fit here do not exhibit these core values. And so before we go over these core values, you need to be checking yourself. And if these core values feel like they speak to you, then it's likely that you would be a good fit. And if not, then it's likely that you would not be a good fit for here, but an excellent fit somewhere else. And so then we go over our core values, and after that, we go into we talk about kind of our compensation plan, and I show them actual calendar schedule of all of our different routes, and we'd say, all right, we pay a percentage with the floor, and we talk about that, and we demonstrate the amount of money that they can make by pointing at real people that were hired a month ago, 2 months ago, and 2 years ago, and kind of the difference that they can expect to make. And we break that down per hour for them, because everyone that's applying for jobs right now, they're thinking about dollars per hour, usually, especially in the blue collar field. So when you talk about commission, you can kind of see some eyes rolling back in the back of the head. You've got to break it down for them, and it's got to be easy to understand. And we like to say, all right, this person averaged this dollar an hour this week, and they've been with us a month and a half. This person has been with us 8 years, and they averaged this dollar an hour this week. And so since everyone's making the same amount of commission, we're able to have a very open and honest conversation about that, even with people that aren't even are in our team yet. And so after seeing that, they understand that there is potential to make money here. And I'll tell you what, with having the kind of compensation that we do, it really excites the right kind of person, and the wrong kind of person, it really kind of deters. So that's been a phenomenal piece to it as well. And you can see kind of when they see the numbers and they see the schedule, you can see people kind of get excited.